Somewhere in the middle of the Saudi Arabian desert, a construction project is underway that has no historical precedent. Not a building,
Not a highway, not even a dam, an entirely new city. 170 meters wide and 500 meters tall, being carved out of raw desert, with a budget that exceeds $500 billion.
No roads, no cars, no traditional streets. Just two parallel towers of glass and steel stretching across the landscape like a mirror laid on its edge. Designed from the first brick to house 9 million people inside a self-contained urban machine powered entirely by renewable energy. And this is just one of at least 20 smart cities being built from scratch around the world right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it's built. The idea of building a city from nothing is almost as old as civilization itself. Washington, D.C. was planned on empty swampland. Brasilia was carved from jungle. Canberra was assembled on open pasture. But the smart cities being constructed today are something fundamentally different. They are not just new urban addresses. They are operating systems for human life, designed with digital infrastructure as foundational as concrete and steel, where every building, every road, every electrical outlet, every water pipe, and every streetlight is connected to a central nervous system that monitors, adjusts, and optimizes the city in real time. The global smart city market is currently valued at over $500 billion and is projected to exceed $2 trillion by 2030.
At least 40 countries are actively investing in smart city construction programs, and the engineering challenges involved in building these cities from the ground up, rather than retrofitting them onto existing urban fabric, represent some of the most complex infrastructure problems ever attempted by human beings. Everything begins, as it always does, with the land itself. Building a smart city from scratch requires first choosing where to build it, and that choice is driven by a calculus that combines political ambition, economic geography, resource availability, and engineering feasibility in ways that are rarely visible to the public. Saudi Arabia's NEOM project is being built in the Tabuk region, chosen partly because it sits at the intersection of 3 countries, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Egypt, giving it potential access to a combined market of hundreds of millions of people, and partly because the region receives abundant sunlight and wind, making it viable for the renewable energy systems the city requires. China's Xiongan New Area, designated in 2017 as a relief valve for Beijing's overcrowding, was built on land adjacent to a large wetland area, requiring extraordinary foundation engineering to build on terrain that is essentially a giant sponge.
Kazakhstan's Astana, now called Nur Sultan, was built on the steppe, where winter temperatures drop to -40 degrees Celsius, forcing every building system, every pipe, and every piece of infrastructure to be engineered for thermal extremes that would shut down most cities on Earth. Once the site is selected, the first and most invisible phase of construction begins, the underground. Before a single tower rises, before a single road is paved, a smart city requires the installation of a utility network of staggering complexity. In a conventional city, utilities are installed gradually over decades, often in conflict with one another, resulting in the chaotic tangle of pipes and cables that makes repair work in any old city a constant archaeological excavation. In a smart city built from scratch, the underground is designed as a complete system before construction begins. Utility tunnels, sometimes called common utility corridors, are excavated first, large enough for workers to walk through, containing conduits for fiber optic cables, power transmission lines, water supply pipes, wastewater pipes, district cooling pipes, and pneumatic waste collection tubes. Kazakhstan's Astana, now called Nur Sultan, was built on the steppe, where winter temperatures drop to -40 degrees Celsius, forcing every building system, every pipe, and every piece of infrastructure to be engineered for thermal extremes that would shut down most cities on Earth. Once the site is selected, the first and most invisible phase of construction begins, the underground. Before a single tower rises,
before a single road is paved. A smart city requires the installation of a utility network of staggering complexity. In a conventional city, utilities are installed gradually over decades, often in conflict with one another, resulting in the chaotic tangle of pipes and cables that makes repair work in any old city a constant archaeological excavation. In a smart city built from scratch, the underground is designed as a complete system before construction begins. Utility tunnels, sometimes called common utility corridors, are excavated first, large enough for workers to walk through, containing conduits for fiber optic cables, power transmission lines, water supply pipes, wastewater pipes, district cooling pipes, and pneumatic waste collection tubes.
All installed simultaneously and all accessible for maintenance without ever digging up the street above. But this is where things get interesting. The fiber optic backbone of a modern smart city is not simply an internet connection. It is the sensory nervous system of the entire urban organism. A smart city of 1 million people may contain over 10 million sensors embedded in roads, buildings, bridges, utility infrastructure, public spaces, and transportation systems, all continuously transmitting data through the fiber network to centralized operation centers where artificial intelligence systems analyze the city's state in real time. Traffic signals adjust based on actual vehicle flow, not fixed timing cycles. Water pressure is modulated across the network based on real-time consumption patterns. Energy is rerouted between districts based on demand forecasts updated every few minutes. Waste collection vehicles are dispatched only when sensors confirm bins are full. The sheer volume of data generated by a fully instrumented smart city, potentially petabytes per day, requires data center infrastructure built into the city's design from the beginning, because retrofitting it afterward is essentially impossible.
The most physically demanding phase of smart city construction is the structural work. And for cities being built in extreme environments, the engineering challenges begin at the foundation. In Xiongan, where the water table is high and the soil is poorly consolidated, engineers drove hundreds of thousands of steel and concrete piles deep into stable load-bearing strata before any surface construction could begin. In NEOM's The Line, the challenge is different. The towers are being built into terrain that includes mountain passes and coastal cliffs, requiring foundations that must anchor into rock at varying depths, sometimes using high-pressure grouting techniques to fill voids in fractured geology with cement slurries that harden into a continuous load path. The concrete used in these foundations is not ordinary concrete. It is engineered at the molecular level, high-performance concrete with water-to-cement ratios below 0.3, reinforced with steel fibers and microsilica additions that reduce permeability to near zero, because a foundation failure in a city is not recoverable the way a building failure sometimes is. However, the next step changes everything. Once foundations are established, the construction methodology used in smart cities diverges dramatically from conventional urban development in one critical respect: modularity.
Traditional cities grow organically, with each building constructed by different developers using different methods on different timelines. Smart cities built from scratch use modular construction philosophies in which building types are standardized, structural systems are repeated across the city grid, and prefabrication is maximized to reduce on-site labor, improve quality control, and accelerate construction timelines. In some projects, entire building modules, complete rooms with finished interiors, installed MEP systems, and fitted furniture, are manufactured in factories hundreds of kilometers away and transported to the construction site for stack installation, like inserting drawers into a cabinet. A building that would take 3 years to construct using conventional methods can be completed in 18 months using volumetric modular construction. The buildings themselves in a smart city are not simply containers for people. They are active participants in the city's energy and data systems. The building envelope, the outer skin of walls, windows, and roof, is engineered as an energy management system. High-performance triple-glazed windows with electrochromic coatings can change their tint in response to sunlight intensity, reducing solar heat gain without blocking natural light. Building integrated photovoltaic panels woven into facade cladding systems generate electricity from every sunlit surface.
Phase change materials embedded in wall panels absorb heat during the day and release it at night, reducing the load on mechanical cooling systems. Every building is connected to the district energy network, so that excess solar generation from one building is automatically exported to neighbors running a deficit, and waste heat from cooling systems is recovered and redistributed rather than being discharged into the atmosphere. Most people never realize what the transportation layer of a smart city actually requires to build. In a conventional city, transportation infrastructure means roads. In a smart city, transportation is conceived as a multimodal integrated system where autonomous electric vehicles, elevated transit pods, underground hyperloop connections, bicycle networks, and pedestrian pathways are all designed simultaneously to eliminate the conflicts that make traditional urban transportation so inefficient. The roads in a smart city are not paved the same way. Beneath the asphalt, inductive charging loops are embedded at intervals along bus and taxi routes, allowing electric vehicles to charge wirelessly while moving or waiting at intersections.
Smart traffic management sensors are embedded at every intersection, communicating with vehicles through V2X, vehicle-to-everything protocols that allow the city's traffic management system to coordinate vehicle movements across the entire network simultaneously. A city without traffic jams is not a utopian dream. It is an engineering specification, and meeting it requires that the road network, the vehicle fleet, and the data systems all be designed as a single integrated machine. At this point, one critical engineering challenge threatens to derail everything: cybersecurity. A city where every system is connected to a central data network is also a city where a single successful cyber attack could simultaneously disable traffic management, water distribution, power supply, and emergency services. The cybersecurity infrastructure of a smart city is therefore not an IT department add-on. It is a core engineering discipline embedded into the design of every networked system from the beginning. Smart cities under construction today use zero-trust network architectures, hardware security modules in every connected device, and AI-driven anomaly detection systems that can identify unusual data patterns suggesting an intrusion attempt before any actual damage occurs.
The operations center of a major smart city has more in common with a military command and control facility than with a conventional utility control room. Now for the most impressive part of smart city construction, the operations center itself. Imagine a room several floors in a dedicated building at the geographic heart of the city, lined with display screens showing real-time feeds from tens of thousands of cameras, sensor graphs, utility load charts, traffic flow maps, weather data, and AI-generated alerts, all synthesized by a city operating system that processes more data per second than most countries' entire internet traffic combined. The city operating system, sometimes called a city brain or urban digital twin, maintains a real-time three-dimensional model of the entire city, updated continuously from sensor data, so that operators can visualize the state of any pipe, any road, any building, any utility connection at any moment. When a water main pressure sensor signals an anomaly, the system automatically cross-references pipe age data, maintenance history, adjacent soil condition sensors, and traffic disruption impact models before generating a repair priority recommendation. The human operators do not manage the city. They supervise an AI that manages the city and intervene when the AI requests human judgment.
Here are the facts that reveal just how unprecedented this kind of construction truly is. The underground utility corridor network planned for NEOM's The Line stretches for over 170 kilometers, making it longer than the entire London Underground rail network. The concrete required for the project's foundations alone is estimated at hundreds of millions of cubic meters, comparable to the total concrete used in the construction of the Three Gorges Dam. Xiongan New Area in China is planned to house between 2 and 2.5 million people in its first phase, with a total planned area of about 2,000 square kilometers, roughly 3 times the area of New York City's 5 boroughs. Saudi Arabia's NEOM project is budgeted at $500 billion, making it the single most expensive construction project in human history by a significant margin.
The data generated by a fully operational smart city of 1 million people is estimated at over 2 exabytes per year. Enough data, if printed on paper, to stack from Earth to the Moon and back more than 20 times.
Building a city from scratch is happening simultaneously on multiple continents. In Asia, China has invested over $50 billion in Xiongan alone, with dozens of additional smart city projects underway in Hangzhou, Shenzhen, and Chengdu. South Korea's Songdo, built on reclaimed land off the coast of Incheon, is one of the most advanced smart cities currently operational and has served as a model for subsequent projects worldwide. In the Middle East, the UAE's Masdar City in Abu Dhabi, designed to be the world's first zero-carbon city, has been under phased construction since 2008 and continues to serve as a living laboratory for renewable energy urban systems. In Africa, Rwanda's Kigali Innovation City and Egypt's new administrative capital, planned to house 6.5 million people and replace Cairo as the country's administrative center, represent the ambition of emerging economies to leapfrog conventional urban development entirely and build 21st century infrastructure without the burden of legacy systems.
The quality control challenges in smart city construction are unlike anything in conventional engineering. When you build a single building, you can inspect it, certify it, and move on. When you build a city, the interactions between systems create emergent behaviors that can only be detected at scale, and some of them only become visible when the city is actually occupied and operating. Smart city developers address this through an approach borrowed from software engineering: continuous integration and testing. As each district of the city is completed, it is connected to the operations center, and its systems are tested in simulation, running synthetic load scenarios that replicate the expected behavior of thousands of residents before any actual residents arrive. The city's AI systems are trained on data from analogous environments and stress-tested against failure scenarios. What happens when the power grid loses 30% of its generation capacity simultaneously? What happens when a major water main fails during peak demand? What happens when 50,000 vehicles all attempt to enter the central district at the same time? Every failure scenario generates a response protocol that is embedded into the city operating system before anyone moves in.
From a patch of desert or a drained wetland or an empty steppe, through millions of tons of engineered concrete, hundreds of kilometers of fiber optic cable, billions of embedded sensors, and a digital nervous system more complex than any ever built before, a smart city emerges. Not as a collection of buildings, but as a single integrated machine for human life. The resident who wakes up in a smart city apartment takes an autonomous shuttle to work, breathes air filtered by a citywide environmental management system, drinks water whose pressure and purity have been optimized by AI, and returns home along roads that have never once experienced a traffic jam. That resident is living inside the most complex engineered artifact in human history. They will almost certainly never see the infrastructure that makes it possible. And that is precisely the point. Could you live in a city where an artificial intelligence manages everything around you? Would that feel like freedom or control? Leave your answer in the comments. And if this video made you see cities differently, a like and a subscription helps us keep uncovering the engineering hidden in plain sight.